Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a massive media haul.
Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical.
Media. It's been quite a while since my last collection update video, mainly because of the 31 Days of Horror in October. I have a lot of new stuff to show you, and honestly, this probably isn't even all of it. I just went through and picked out what I remember getting over the last couple of months. All of this, with the exception of 2 or 3 things, was found at thrift stores. There is a lot to get through, so I'll try my best to get through it as quickly as possible. Starting with the VHS tapes, here's a movie that's lost on tape. Kid, starring C. Thomas Howell. Here's a film Jason and I will be covering during Controversial View at some point. Lolita. This is the remake. I don't know too much about this one. It's called The Pass, and it stars William Forsythe, James LaGrosse, and the late Elizabeth Pena. Tony Danza and Michael Madsen in Love to Kill, which is fittingly followed by To Kill a Stranger, starring Donald Pleasance. I found a couple of Mystery Science Theater 3000 tapes. Here's Mitchell, and also the MST3K version of Angel's Revenge. I picked up The Nurse on VHS, starring Lisa Zane. And Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet The Mummy, which Jason and I reviewed during Monster Mayhem. This was a cool find. It's a movie I keep telling Jason he needs to pick up eventually. M. And another cool find. This is a rare tape, and it does not pop up too often. The Woman in Black. This is the original. Speaking of rare, I found this brand new, still sealed copy of The Silent Scream, and I'll just let you guys read the cover. I picked up this Anchor Bay Collector's Edition clamshell VHS release of Candy. And the last of the VHS tapes is this lunch meat release of Halloweenville. How cool is that? Moving on to the Blu-rays now. I found this brand new, still sealed copy of Wonder Woman 1984 at the thrift store. I picked up the complete first season of The Deuce on Blu-ray. This is an HBO original series. I also found this brand new, still sealed Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Murder on the Orient Express. And yet another still sealed Blu-ray, Black Friday. This one is significant to me because it was filmed locally. This was a pretty cool find. It's a 2-disc Blu-ray of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And yes, I said Philosopher's Stone, not Sorcerer's Stone. And that's the main reason why I picked this up. Based on Jason's recommendation, I picked up this Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Incarnate. Now, here's a movie I see around all the time, but never thought to pick it up, until I found out it was directed by Radio Silence, who also directed Scream and Scream 6. Devil's Due. It also stars Zach Gilford from Friday Night Lights. I've been curious about this one, so I was happy to find it at the thrift store. Don't Worry, Darling. I completed my Resident Evil franchise by picking up Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. I grabbed The Dark and the Wicked for something Jason and I will be doing next year, but more on that later. I actually found Barbie on Blu-ray, brand new and still sealed at the thrift store, so I obviously had to grab it. I will say, I am curious about it. I picked up the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Talk to Me at Walmart, and at the time had no idea it was exclusive cover art. And the reason I went to Walmart in the first place on that day was to pick up the exclusive limited edition Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Steelbook from Scream Factory. This was an awesome find at a local store. It's Infinity Pool on Blu-ray, but this here is the uncut version, which, with the exception of 4K, has not been released in the US. This here is actually the Canadian Blu-ray release, and I was so excited to find it. And the last of the Blu-rays is actually a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. It's the Scream Factory Collector's Edition of Halloween 5, The The Revenge of Michael Myers. I had been wanting this for a while, mainly for the Dr. Death sequence, but once this edition went out of print with this hard, side-loading slipcover, I knew I had to grab it while I could. And now, on to the DVDs, starting with a couple of Criterion Collection editions I found at the thrift store. First, Seconds. And a movie I've been really wanting to see. It's the Criterion edition of The Irishman. I found the complete 6th season of Shameless, brand new and still sealed, at the thrift store, and a different collection of urban legends, Is It Truth, Is It Fiction, than the one I already own. I completed my Species collection with the unrated cut of Species The Awakening, or Species Part 4. I found this old Scimitar DVD release of Jessica, A Ghost Story. Love Letters, starring Jamie Lee Curtis. If you know, you know. I grabbed this MGM movie collection, 6 80s movies. It contains Valley Girl, The Rachel Papers, Losing It, The Last American Virgin, Class, and Zapped. Here's the Soul Cinema DVD release of Blackula. I used to see this one around a lot, but never picked it up, so I was glad to find it again. Smiley. Up Against Amanda, starring Jason Priestley's sister, Justine Priestley. I finally picked up Hollow Man 2. I found this Frankenstein double feature DVD of The Ghost of Frankenstein and Son of Frankenstein. Here's another 2-movie collection of Firestarter and Firestarter 2, Rekindled. A home invasion flick called The Executioners. I really like this cover. And that's the reason I picked up this 2-disc edition of Eyes Wide Shut. I love the cover. Here's a low-budget slasher from my collection, The Lights. And Jason recommended this movie to me, and it sounds awesome. Bloodline, starring Sean William Scott. I picked up Stir of Echoes 2, The Homecoming, starring Rob Lowe. And a movie I've been wanting after reading a little about it. The Apparition. Here's a rare one. Mortuary Academy. You don't see this pop up too often. I grabbed Season 1 of Billions at the thrift store, mainly because it stars Maggie Siff, who plays Tara, my favorite character in Sons of Anarchy. And she's not just my favorite character in Sons. She's probably my favorite female character in any TV show ever. Here's a 4-movie collection, Cold Steel, Hot Lead. It has The Mad Bomber, Spree, The Ghost, and A Packing Suburbia. Here's an Anchor Bay release starring Bruce Campbell, Alien Apocalypse, and another Anchor Bay, Demon Hunter. I do have this movie on VHS, and recently someone in a Facebook group talked about how good it was, so I had to pick up the DVD when I saw it at the thrift store. Blood Relic. 2010, The Year We Make Contact, sequel to 2001, A Space Odyssey. Here's the original 13 Ghosts, which, believe it or not, I'm not sure I've ever actually seen. Here's the sequel to The Glass House, The Good Mother. The Off-Season, A Ghost Story, brand new and still sealed. Here's a rare Trimark DVD release of The Perfect Tenant. I do own The Children as part of a double feature DVD, but I like this movie so much I figured I'd pick up this solo release. Here's Trackman, unrated, a slasher. And then I found this multi-feature 4-pack with Offspring, Seventh Moon, The Children, and The Thaw. Here's the original Dimension DVD release of one of the most underrated slashers of the 2000s, Venom. Cruel Intentions 2. Now I need to find Cruel Intentions 3. Life After Beth with Aubrey Plaza. I love me some Aubrey Plaza. And Wicked, starring Julia Stiles, which I do have on VHS. Lifeblood with Sophie Monk and Scout Taylor Compton. Here's The Wizard of Gore remake from Dimension Extreme, starring Crispin Glover, Bijou Phillips and Kip Pardue. Day of the Dead, The Need to Feed, with this awesome slipcover. Breastmen, another movie I have on VHS and recently showed in a Saturday Sleaze video. Well, now I have it on DVD too. This looked cool. Headless Horseman. It's a Sleepy Hollow movie set on Halloween. For the longest time, I thought I had already owned this, but it turned out I didn't. Now I do. Dread. Here are some more Anchor Bay releases. The Fallen Ones, starring Casper Van Dien. The Quick and the Undead, which is also an Anchor Bay. Day of the Dead 2, Contagium. All Souls Day, starring Jeffrey Combs, Danny Trejo, and Ellie Cornell. And Slayer, another Anchor Bay release with Casper Van Dien. I picked up Slash on DVD because, well, it's a slasher. Here's Cheerleader Ninjas, and this DVD is actually pretty rare now. Here's a Synapse DVD release of Vampire Lesbos. The Sweet Pussycats? Yep. Here's Pulse, or Cairo, on DVD. I recently found Nefarious at the thrift store. Here's another rare DVD, believe it or not. It's the unrated international version of Striptease. And here's another Anchor Bay DVD release. WrestleManiac, starring Rey Mysterio. A movie I've been wanting for a while and finally found it in the wild. Unfriended. Fright Night 2, New Blood, unrated. The Roommate, which I definitely want to check out sooner than later. I finally found Wolf Creek 2. I have no idea why this one eluded me for so long. Now, I do already own the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray release of this, but I couldn't pass up the Shriek Show DVD. Zombie 5, Killing Birds. Another brand new movie I found at the thrift store, still sealed. Cobweb. And I even found Insidious The Red Door, brand new and still sealed, at the same thrift store. I finally found the R-rated theatrical version of Wolf Creek on DVD. I already own the unrated, but this theatrical cut is a lot rarer. An MGM DVD I passed up all the time until I actually wanted it and then couldn't find it. But now I did. Breeders. Dashcam, about which I heard mixed things, but can't wait to check out for myself. Hell House LLC. This is the special edition director's cut, and I hear it's pretty awesome. A Shudder original. Party Hard. Die Young. Pretty cool cover. The Intruders with iCarly herself, Miranda Cosgrove. House of the Dead 2. This should be fun. I finally completed my Robert the Doll collection with Robert Reborn. Get a Life, Volume 1. This contains 4 episodes. Not that I needed this, but I picked it up at the thrift store anyway. It's The Conjuring 3-film collection with The Conjuring 2, and The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. Here's a rare out-of-print DVD, Time After Time. I found Decoys and Decoys 2, The Second Seduction. Possession, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. I finally picked up Quarantine, and I've actually never seen this one either. Crazy, right? Here's the 30 Days of Night sequel, Dark Days. Another MGM DVD release of Angel of Death. Another one I passed up so many times and then regretted it when I couldn't find it. Duel. This is the collector's edition, with the slipcover, which is embossed. Alive. This is a movie I used to watch a lot. I picked up the R-rated theatrical cut of The Descent, even though I already own the unrated version. I like this cover art. And to go along with that, The Descent, Part 2. The Black Gate. This is a Lionsgate DVD release of the 1995 movie, also known as The Darkening. Another rare one, which I picked up on VHS earlier this year, Shakes the Clown on DVD. A movie I've been looking for, but haven't been able to find until now. 3 O'Clock High. Masters of Science Fiction, the complete series. This is another anthology that Jason and I might cover during Anthologies of Horror at some point. Although I'm not sure if he owns this one. I found the special edition of Dogma, which is pretty rare now, so I was fortunate to find it at the thrift store. These Danzig DVDs are long out of print and highly sought after, so I had to pick up this Archive de la Morte DVD at the thrift store. Here's a Blue Underground Giallo, strip nude for your killer, and it's ultra trashy fun. Camp Fair with Betsy Russell, and as you can see, this DVD rips off the body count cover art. And finally, we've reached the end of this collection update video, and I think it's fitting to say, holy moly. This is a super obscure, super rare, shot on VHS 1991 horror film. Finds like this make thrifting so worth it. So that's it, guys, for this massive media haul. What do you think? Comment below and let me know. And remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.